Wow. Guess I should have done a test talk before starting up. Good morning. Hello. We are here. Hopefully finish I turn today. That is my hope and my goal. Feel how realistic that is. Got my coffee. But got my sword. Click, 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 click. Oh. Re-click on the game. All right, let's do it. 107%. I'm imagining that this game went the Hollow Knight route, and it's like 110. I think Hollow Knight's 100. Okay, so I left off in the... So, did we explore all the way to the left? I need to go back up here again. So, where are we? We're here. All right. All right, let's remember what the heck was going on, because... Boys, I tried to rush it. Wait, we have infinite health, right? Punk. All right, let's switch some runes around because, to be honest with you, infinite health, as good as it feels... Oh, that's right. I forgot I had an extra. All right, so where did I put in 3 that we might have not needed? So I would definitely say on my next playthrough, the dogmas, 100% not worth it. I say this because getting the bonus maps, I think, on a second playthrough wouldn't make it. Right? But I would also say like 1, 2, and 3, right? I think actually there's nothing. Oh, a lot of those do feel good. So maybe 1 and 2 there. I think I would still take the attraction of dog. For anything else that I really like in here, the immunity feels amazing. Would imagine that I would assume that once yeah, because there's a lot of things in here that I was like, eh. I honestly also assume that I'd go up all the trees. I think that they're... So real quick in here, I'm looking at the left side. So skill points is maxed out, HP is maxed out, and whatever that blue thing is also maxed out. So is that maybe dark material? All right, let's go take care of that real quick so I don't forget. I want to make sure that I don't want to say 100%, but I want to make sure that I'm knocking out everything I feel I'm capable of. Ooh, I just also had a terrible thought. We have not... Oh, what's that purple bat? Huh. It's just going to keep regenerating it. Welcome to my private hell. Hi. A little sad that they did this cool little anime cutscene, right? But then I'm a little sad that they didn't do anything special for excellent job. They have a... And then, like, same thing here. Like, when you complete all of these, I kind of feel like you should say something different when you can't do anything. Because, like, say, like, what's the point of this? Like, oh, good. Look, you've clearly got everything. I guess I got all the gems. Maybe all the gems was one trophy, and then all the black material was another one. I have an icon up underneath my potions, and I don't. Oh, that's my death thing. I'm gonna. All right, so there's one chest that I'm aware of that if I don't go near it, I just don't care. But if we do go near it, I might care. Let's see what other gems we can mess with. Unfortunately, utility is feeling really, really good. Like, I absolutely have to say Time Sapphire and Vertigo feel like staples for me. It feels near fucking impossible. I did like that. These don't feel nearly as impactful as I thought they would. Yeah, let's take them off. I'm gonna do Wild Blade, and yeah, let's put on the shield again. Since we have the shield on again, I don't think we need as much healing. So let's go back to weapon damage, and then since I am not needing constantly refilling, 20% crit chance. I take me up to 65. I don't think that's necessary, right? I think either base damage or crit damage might be better. So used to playing. It's so lame that there's light alloy and heavy alloy. I think I like the base damage better because even when I don't crit, just having the extra 25% damage feels great. Because with crit damage, and like I don't know how crit damage always works in games, but if you just take it at like raw numbers, the extra 10% damage 50% of the time doesn't make sense to me versus having 25% damage 100% of the time. I choked. God, I gotta remember that I don't have infinite healing anymore. That super sucked on my sword when I didn't need to. Game. All of a sudden, I need my extra infinite healing. I remember how to play again. All right, let's take a quick sip. What? Get all power gems? What? Now the game finally realizes, oh wait, you got all the gems? That's so weird. Well, whatever. Looking for the angel section. There. Hi, Aurora. She was so random. I wish that you saw her ever. Like, absolutely ever. Like, the fight with her just felt so obscure. I'm potentially only missing one boss to the entire game. Whom might be the final boss. You know, I actually didn't even think about this, but the other advantage to me having the extra 25% weapon damage, it means it works on my scythe. And I will absolutely admit, that feels good. $970 on an axe swing. And like there's been times where I was like hitting 1,000 as well. I think that just feels too reliable. Yo. That feels so good. Not up here. All that I can touch. All that I can touch. Something all the way up on my left. I already have all the music in this game. That's another reason I would say that the extra dogma like felt very smart to me when I first That's so lame. Whatever. The extra dogma felt very good to me at the beginning, and for the record, I am somebody that would probably take it like almost like even if you told me there was plenty of money in this game. Ooh, the final racetrack. I think that's the final one. Get just as much money for racetracks as scores. Very fast. Love it. That also having a 100% crit rate, I think is super interesting. Okay, where am I? I didn't explore the room that I wanted to do. Hold on one moment. So this is just a hell of a giant room. Thing in it. We're gonna do one last clear just to be sure. Why? Just because like that extension went up, so like the game designer was like, I don't want to put a ceiling up here. Weird. Would have taken me to a chest. Still slapped me. Yeah, but 1,000. What happened there? Need to be paying a little bit more attention. I think I got a little too comfortable with that infinite healing build. But I stopped paying attention to some nuances. Like, I think these enemies, when they're in attack animation, they take reduce. I'm assuming this giant black mist is not. There is that chest down there. If that's the singular chest I'm missing for 100% chest, of course it is. All right. We are, in fact, going to go get it because if I had like 5 more chests, I'd be like, I'll get it on my own time. I'm not a 100%er of like all games. I like to do as much as I can, so that when I don't play the game for like months at a time, I don't have the regrets. I don't have the need to go back and like to replay, to be like, oh, I want to get this one last thing. Where am I going? I go a way down. Through ever so slightly. Through. An arrow in and then just double dash. Wall clinger throwing shadows at me. I think. Where did that guy hit me from? There's 2 chests so close to each other in here? Good. Standing in blackness, so I couldn't arrow out. Standing in blackness. That is honestly such a... like, it's an annoying effect that I think they did splendidly. I think it is so incredibly clever to have a whole bunch of spaces. I guess when I saw this chest here, I honestly should have just turned back a lot sooner. But this darkness in some of the most like obscure places, just to interrupt when you can arrow, I think is so brilliant, because admittedly I've become very dependent on the arrows. So like, to me, I feel like that's good game design. I know I've been raging about like some of the puzzles in this game or some of the movement demands. That one go all the way through. Dash. I think the hardest part is me climbing back up through this. Oh my goodness. Not gonna lie, I feel like I got very lucky there. More angels. It's between angels and insects. I do like that they finally brought back a shield enemy as well. That was something really, really weird to me, that the very first enemies in the game have a shield and then like just nobody has a shield. For like the rest of the game. Can't believe they hid nothing. Props to those. So I am going to assume this final treasure here, which I don't know what I think it is. Puzzle piece? Do one last honest check here. I can't foresee it being here. And unless there's something here that I missed, right? Let's go quickly check that just so it's off my list. So that I have a very fond... That's super sucks. I did every single thing I could wrong there. Ow! That dude decided he did not want to perish. Guessing that's where my crits are not happening the way that I think they're going to. So there was just black fuzz there. I am happy that we've checked it off. So this treasure, which I'm assuming is last puzzle piece, I have to come up through here. I wonder what the game would even give me, because I got so fucking pumped seeing that little ledge there. I was like, there's no way they hid something up here. That's so cool. No. Oh gosh, I can't arrow. I jumped into blackness and could not arrow. Actually, I charged it up, realized I should not have charged it up, then said, oh well, I've already committed to charging it. Cool imagery. Her in black flames. Us standing over her, burning her. Up here, I need to go to the right. Ooh, another throne finally. That indicates that's a boss room. So, unless the boss room's through the door specifically, which it could be. I don't need arrows for the boss. Cool. Yeah, so it's kind of a red herring, is that they show you the boss door, but if you actually run past the boss door... Oh, Mirror Fragmente. Interesting that I don't... Also weird, why is there a blood thing there if there's a throne right here? It's maybe for speed. Down, down we go. All right, let's do some last minute talks. And then I think we'll go on to the final boss of this game and figure out how much I enjoy the final boss. Trying to think of what my favorite. Because I know I definitely was upset about certain bosses. I think who was? Definitely not Celestial Dragon. Take this reward for the recovered crystals. Oh, mirror. Eat again. I don't. What did you give me? Net reflections. All remark. It's a baby. That's what happened on me. But you gave me fucking money? Really? Little. Not a little. That's a lot anticlimactic. Again, I think this is lame, but everything bought. I didn't get a reward for buying everything from the geography, which I also think is really. All right, let's go see what the final boss of the game is like. I would say to anybody who enjoys Hollow Knight, this game is way up there alongside of it. I don't know. I feel like Hollow Knight has a little bit better world building and characters that I'm more attached to. I will say though, like the main character of Hollow Knight, you the player as Hollow Knight, there's no attachment there because you're like a silent protagonist. This game having you be this sassy King of Darkness, I do like. I don't think he was consistent though, which I would have appreciated a little. But yeah, so we got all the gems. This screen is saying 108.1%, which seems like a really, really strange number. But I don't see anything missing. Also, I'm looking in the lower left. 75 out of 75. Chess, 127. Books. I'm actually missing some books, and I'm missing an enemy. We're about to go fight the enemy. So I missed 2 things of lore somewhere. What kind of sucks about that is I feel like I've looked everywhere. What I'm thinking... Wait, I've completed the trials and I didn't tell the chronicler? Hold on. I'm a little sad that there's not a, for whatever lore I'm missing. I'm concerned that there wasn't like a quest for it. So like, I have no idea where I even need to go look for them, right? I feel like I talked to every single computer system that I could. I found all the Gravekeeper, like in the mausoleum. You have opened up all the gates in the Temple of the Kings, old friend. Now the power that they kept belongs to you, and so it has been registered in my library. This is your reward for such an incredible feat, which you complete every cycle. Thank you, Chronicler. More money. Do it or not, there is no try. What? Don't give in to hate. That leads to darkness. Darkness. How that sounds. I don't like sand, and it's coarse, and it's rough, and it's irritating, and it gets everywhere. Excuse me? My apologies, King of Darkness. I was reminiscing of a story that took place long time ago. Barry's quoting Star Wars. All right. Actually here, real quick, let's make sure. So yeah, we only have 1 quest left. I missed apparently 2. I missed 2 things of lore, and I'm going to be this guy without a way to actually track down which 2 I'm missing, because like I don't even know which ones I've gotten, right? Like that would literally be go reread every single like note on the ground in the tombs, go read every computer screen again. I don't know what I'm actually missing. That's something I would 100% have to Google, and I don't love when games do that. There's a lot of games that kind of do that nonsense. The biggest one I'm going to call out real quick before we fight the boss. I don't know anybody here who, if you play League of Legends. It's a game I actually really do love the game. I don't like the community of that game. But this is another perfect example of why are there so many third-party sites that are used like for the game rather than the game itself. And what I mean by this is if I play a champion, I'm going to name one, Alistar, and I want to see what the damage is on his Q, I can't go to leagueoflegends.com to see what his damage is. I have to go to like a third-party site that instantly is like, here's how much damage your Q does, here's how much it does at every single stage as you level up your Q, one of your attack skills, and here's the AP ratio on it as well. It blatantly lays out everything like directly in front of you. I understand that as a new player, that might not be something you want to see, but there should be a setting for it, or there should be like a clickable like selection box. Like, yes, show me damages. Yes, show me cooldown reduction as I level this up. Yes, show me the the base damage or the AP scaling on it. Hey, how much damage does it do at level 13 versus at level 6 if I only put 2 points into my Q? Because those calculations matter to people. But yeah, there's some games that they make you go through third-party sites to figure it out. I will say though, like one of the puzzle pieces we got, the one in the one in the oracles area that you have to ring the 4 bells within like a single second of each other. I have no idea how you're supposed to figure that out. Like I have no inkling whatsoever of what I think you would even do to figure it out. Actually do want to change that gem real quick because admittedly on boss battles I never find the opportunity to charge them. Oh, I even had it on the wrong one, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I think we just go with more Blade of Darkness. All right, let's see how it goes. Time to finish what I started. So in this game specifically, I don't mind the story plot that these two became lovers, right? Because I think if you're constantly just fighting somebody and seeing somebody for eternity, I think naturally you would fall one way or the other, either in love or in hate. King of Darkness, Queen of Light. Why? It was the only solution. Our love. You know the answer. Our little one. What have you done to him? The gray soul. Nothing but a... We are not so different after. Would never be capable of. You destroyed the most innocent and pure thing ever created. Ours. Hey. have a way to interact with you? I don't know what I'm fighting here. I got her. Oh. Damn. I missed. Yeah, some of these attacks, I don't know, like, is it just dodging? Okay. I don't know how. Oh, okay. Lame. Nope. You cheating. He cheated. No, is this my son I have to fight? Lame. Feel like I need the infinite blood. Feel like it. How in the world are you supposed to dodge this? Woo! I got money for that? That's so lame. Go ahead. Finish me off. Destroy everything we've been through together. Let's continue being Chaos's puppet. Trust me. Tried everything. Can't. It is impossible for his rules. But he can be modified. I feel sorry. Power has blinded you so much. Your darkness, taking away everything you loved. Us, our son. You will live alone for all eternity. That will be. Are you satisfied? Never felt better. Taking care of everything. Don't fret. Her crown is mine! Hey, kid. So we stabbed her, and then I think we disappeared. I'm not sure I understand the end. I'm dumb. So I the entire time thought what I was thinking is he did something to alter his and hers destiny so that he could kill her, so that, like, you know, she wouldn't have to live for eternity. But then there at the end, I thought, like, oh, he's like going to give himself up so that their son becomes darkness and therefore can, like, you know, live. Because, like, at one point in the game, they say that only one black and one white can live. You know, there is no gray, right? But I'm confused because we stabbed her, then we disappeared. No, what would have been a fucking great ending if we just became her shadow. Like, instead of stabbing her, you know, like, we, like, walk into her and then, like, the blackness just oozes off of her, so it's like she's alive, and then, like, you see us as her shadow. Could have been great. That was Eterna Noctis. So for anybody who didn't see, I put about 60 hours into my first playthrough. Now, some of that, I would say a good, we're going to say 5 to 10 hours of that was me pointlessly grinding. Now, I say pointlessly because the game ends up giving you plenty of money, and I was concerned that these 7 stones that we're staring at were going to instantly take me to the boss. Not that there was a whole world there for me to go through to find the boss. So with that being said, I would say this is easily a like 30-hour game for somebody who maybe doesn't care about finding everything. However, I am somebody, I did the same thing in Hollow Knight, where if I can go find it, I want to go find it. I don't need a hint. I'm going to do it. The singular and only thing we looked up was the bell puzzle. So, again, I don't know how that was supposed to be figured out. I wish anything gave you a hint about that. Like, you know, maybe the Oracle was like, hey, I've hidden some bells in this tower. If you can ring them all at the same time, you know, I'll give you something special. Anything. There was just zero hint to that bell puzzle. And I don't know how I feel about that. That there was nothing to indicate it. Because I thought it was like an order thing. Like, you know, like hit 1 4 2 3 or something, or, you know, 1 3 2 4. I don't know how you were supposed to figure, well, maybe if I ring them all with you know, at the same time, which I think it's probably whenever you hit the first bell is your timer, so that as long as it's ringing, you just have to hit the other 3 bells while the first bell's ringing. I don't know how you're supposed to figure that out on your own. I will admit, watching another streamer do that for the solution was fat. I really should have linked who that was. I honestly simply just typed in Oracle Bell Puzzle, and a young man, kind of with a mean looking mug, he showed the answer, and it was really cool. It honestly took me like 3 or 4 minutes to did not take me. Oh, we got a bot. But in terms of gameplay, this absolutely ranks up there on Hollow Knight, where the controls felt good, all the gems felt good. Like, even the ones that I specifically did not play with, I think that would just be a matter of opinion, right? And 100%, if I would replay through this, I would 100% try the Archer tree to see what that's like, because 100% that was an avenue I didn't like look into at all. The arrow is just not my play style, especially having to aim the arrow. We've seen that I am not great on aiming. But yeah, man, this game was brilliant. It felt good to play. Like, so, like, not only was it just fun to play, it felt right. As you learned more skills, and I absolutely struggled with the teleporting arrows at first, they became such a fun element. And some of the puzzles where, like, you had to shoot, like, onto a platform, or you had to shoot through a long corridor of white mist and then like circle around and get close to it. Sorry for texting so much. My neighbor is evicting somebody, and I wanted to make...
What nobody knew is that I actually altered the destiny of the soul at my will.
Wait, so is that the girl with the log we fought? What the fuck? Yeah, so 60 hours and 40 minutes. I will easily say I spent somewhere between 5 to 10 hours pointless grinding. What I mean by pointless grinding is that there was times where I was killing enemies just for the collector, which I guess is not really necessarily pointless. I don't know if it necessarily took me 5 hours, because there was times where I was just like wandering around a little bit aimlessly. Like I didn't really have a goal. I was just wandering and just killing anything as I re-ran through certain areas. I also at one point was like, I want all the maps because I thought those 7 stones were going to lead me directly to a final boss, not to a whole new area for me to explore. So with that being said, I was going around grinding tons of money to buy up every map to make sure I wasn't missing something. And in some of the areas, I was missing things. So buying those maps was very, very advantageous. I really liked that. I do also like the fact that you could buy those maps to find things. So if there's like a zone that you don't remember as clearly, those maps aren't necessary, but they feel good. But yeah, I 100% had a lot of fun with this game. I'd be very curious. I played it on the hard difficulty, so that would be something else as well that probably added to my time, is playing it on a higher difficulty. I fought every optional boss I could find, and that's very much in my wheelhouse. But yeah. All right, my neighbor said something, and none of the information that she just said made sense to me. Absolutely go out and buy this game. If you are somebody who likes Metroidvanias, if you like Hollow Knight, if you like Mega Man style games. So I've also played things like, let's actually go look real quick. I missed 2 documents. Like I said, I might have to refine those 2 documents just to 100% the game. You know what's also super crazy about this game is there is like still play capture over. When it comes to trophies, I'm still missing like 80 some fucking trophies. Buy your soul from the Guardian. Finish the tutorial. There's wait, what? There's a tutorial? Hold on, we're gonna go down. Okay, so some of them are the races. All right, so here we go. Finish the tutorial. Escape. Wait, what? Escape from the wastelands of the fallen? Buy your soul from the Guardian. Defeat Jur Brody before owning the Arrow of Light. That's pretty cool. I think that to me is a very cool achievement. I like when games do shit like that. Not just defeat this boss. Oh, you defeated the Phoenix. Congratulations. Very fascinating. Finish all quests Noctis. Weird, I thought I just did. Defeat the Devourer in the East Wall without taking any damage during the fight. Oh, is that Noctis difficulty? Defeat Wormarok after intercepting 15 eggs before they reach the ground. Listen to all phrases of the Chronicler. My mouse. I don't know why it like scrolls back up. Defeat Jur Brody without taking any damage. Wow, so there's a lot of achievements I'm never going to complete. Defeat Sword in Light Tower without taking any damage. Okay. Roadrunner defeat the. So there's some speed run achievements in here. That's pretty cool. Damage runs. We're gonna. Take your time, complete all the simulations on a bronze level. Defeat the Tall Seti group. Defeat the Beholder and there's another difficulty. Holy shit. Not doing that shit. Defeat the Clockwork Twins in North. See, that's annoying, right? Like if you do something at a higher difficulty. So this is really interesting though, that there's like defeat all specimens. So I'm assuming there's something now that I've beaten the game unlocked. Defeat the Beetlejuice group. Defeat the entire group without healing. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of achievements that I'm not even anywhere near. And unfortunately, since some of them are speed running and doing it perfectly, I'm very uninterested. I love watching speed runs. I greatly appreciate them. I love watching challenge runs. I think they are fascinating. They are just unfortunately not my cup of tea. But yeah, we'll call it here. I might get back on later today with a different game. I actually really hadn't queued up anything. I guess I probably should have looked at what I might play next. I don't have a good idea. But yeah, for those of you who have not bought or played Aeterna Noctis, absolutely buy it, play it. It is amazing. I can't express how much fun it was. It was even the times where I was most infuriated and needed to take a break from it. I genuinely just thought about playing. I'd be at work and I'd be imagining fighting certain enemies. So like that's how much of this game was fun to play. And not every game does that. Like Hollow Knight did that for me. After Image did that for me. They were games where I just imagined the combat randomly. There are other games that I've really enjoyed. So I'm going to use like Cult of Lamb as an example. Battleborn, I will use as an example. There are games that I really, really enjoyed and would recommend people to play. However, were they games I thought about when I wasn't playing the game? Not always. Like Cult of Lamb, I was like, it's a lot of fun. I didn't care whether or not I was playing it though. Maybe that's also just who was in my life at that. But yeah, had a lot of fun. Creators of Aeterna Noctis, absolutely amazing game, brilliant, really fun mechanics. Really, really loved it. Will really be interested in the sequel when it comes out. I will be downloading that. Whether or not I have to pay for it, I will absolutely get it. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Of course, on next.